All right. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Pipe. I'm Zach, and we have Jake here from the Glass Academy this week.
This is I.
And I'm going to be interviewing Jake with a couple questions that you, the viewers, sent in to get to know Jake better. So last episode we did in the studio. Jake and I are roommates, so this episode we're going to be doing from our living room. So you get a special glimpse into our lives. But with everything going on, we just figured that this is going to be much easier. And let's get right into it, Jake. These are all questions that the viewers from our live videos have sent in to get to know you better. So, we're going to keep it, real short, real nice, and we're going to get right into it here.
All right.
First question. We all know you have that luxurious mustache on your face.
What the? Jumping right into
Have you ever
it.
shaved that mustache off since you grew it out?
Oh, for sure, and I wasn't proud of it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I've wanted facial hair since the beginning of time, and I've tried all the different the different styles, and the mustache is what it is.
Perfect. Well, second question. How many tattoos do you have rocking right now?
That's another one. There we go. I got 3 tattoos. I have 3 of them, and they're all family-oriented. My dad's piece, my mom's piece, and my sister's piece. And maybe if you guys come into the shop, I can talk a little bit more about them. But, 3 tattoos. I'd love to get another one. COVID kind of put a dampener on that.
Awesome. All right. What's your favorite activity to do outside of work, outside of glass blowing?
Ooh, it's got to be sports. Probably. I love all the sports. I love watching hockey. You guys know we're big Red Wings fans around here. So if I'm not playing hockey, I'd like to be sitting on the couch right over there watching hockey. Go
Right
Wings,
on.
folks.
Right on. All right. So we know a little bit about your journey that has taken you from the Glass Academy to Pittsburgh and then back from Pittsburgh back to the Glass Academy. So this next question is, what took you away from such a beautiful glass studio in Michigan to Pittsburgh, and then what brought you back? And tell us a little bit about that experience. If you could go back in time pre-coronavirus, would you still be in Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, or would you have moved back here? What's your kind of thought process around that?
Well, I did some traveling after high school, and I knew I always wanted to. I wasn't just going to settle right down, I wanted to go around, and I wanted to check some things out and try some new things, and just, for the longest time, I just didn't even think I was going to stay in Michigan. I wanted to go somewhere warm and just do something different. And I did go to school for a year. I went to Alfred, New York, the university, for glassblowing, and then I traveled in South America for a few months, and then decided I wanted to make that money back from traveling and from my year of school. I figured I could work somewhere, and I was open to really any state in the country. It would be pretty cool to go to another country, but Pittsburgh had the perfect opportunity for me. I went there, met amazing people that did so much for me. I just can't thank those guys enough. They're incredible people in Pittsburgh, Vessel Studio. And the plan was actually to stay another year. I was going to sign another year lease, and then I was going to find another city in the same way. Maybe Seattle, maybe who knows where. Just find another glass shop and try something new. COVID obviously expedited that process, and
Sure.
I'm pretty darn happy about it, honestly. I snuck right into the business here, and I'm happy to be home, and I'm loving these live feeds and loving talking to you guys.
Right on, right on.
That's kind of the old deal.
Tying back into that last question, now that you're back in Detroit and kind of back in your home area, your hometown, have you found new things, and what new things have you found in Detroit that are new and interesting and exciting for you?
Well, during this pandemic, it's kind of weird, I'm trying to find new things, I'm trying to do things, but we find ourselves here in the house every evening hanging out, having a good time. And I guess one thing I did find was a couple great homies to be living with, and I reconnected with this guy from back in high school, and it's been a darn good time hanging out with these guys. I've met some amazing people since coming home, and it's great to just have the connections of your hometown again. Pittsburgh was pretty wide open, and I didn't know anybody, and it was a nice challenge, and I'm happy to be back here and doing what I can.
Right on, right on. So getting right into it, what's your favorite Indian restaurant near the shop?
Oh, geez.
I know you love Indian food.
I know I butchered that name on the show the other day. I don't know the name of it. It starts with an M and it ends with a J. But I do love Indian. I haven't really had, maybe one time I had some pretty bad Indian, and I think that was not in Michigan, so I'm not going to even talk about it. But Indian food's the go-to. Mexican's second best, but I can't really go wrong with any kind of Indian.
Short answer, he loves a restaurant near the shop.
Right there.
Starts with an M, ends with a J. Can't name it. All right. Last set of these questions. Did you ever dress up in one of your Renaissance, festival outfits for Halloween? And if not, what's your favorite costume that you've worn for Halloween?
Geez, well, obviously Halloween's coming up, and we're trying to figure that out.
Sure is.
We know there's not going to be any crazy parties going down. It's not going to be like your normal Halloween. I would love to be trick-or-treating a little bit or handing out candy. I don't know what I'm going to dress up as, and it's always a stressful thing for me to figure out. I don't know why, but for whoever said the Renaissance idea, as soon as I can find my Renaissance clothes, I'm doing it, because that's a great idea, and that has been a curated outfit from the moment of time, the moment of my birth, that we've really strung together, and I love that outfit.
I have to say, it works on the Renaissance level. You could also be a pirate.
Totally. It's completely true. Switch the hat, and I'd be good to go.
Very much a duality with those clothing.
I agree.
So, all right, we're going to move right into some work life questions. Those were some personal life questions.
Very good.
Move to some work questions
Very good.
How old were you when you first started taking, glassblowing seriously and thinking about it as your career choice?
I mean, I was just kind of around it. I think we might have mentioned before that I was homeschooled for a while, so I was in the shop all the time. In high school, I started getting paid to work for them because I was making the kind of stuff that could be sold. So different shows, and when I had opportunities outside of school, I'd go and help and had a good time with that. But really, I mean, up until college, I didn't even really know that I wanted to be a glassblower. I went to art school, and the whole first year was just about trying every different medium, and I knew I could do glass, but I wanted to see what else I loved, and decided that told me that I didn't want to make contemporary work. I didn't want to be Jacob the artist, so I kind of went back to the craftsman side of things and just really tried to focus right in on my skills and just get super tight on the blowpipe, and I think that's what I've done, and I kind of like that.
Well, that segues perfectly into this next question, which is, you mentioned art school. What are some other mediums, and are there other mediums in the art world that you like, appreciate, and are into?
It's a good question. I mean, I really love it all, except for maybe painting and ceramics.
Okay.
I really love it all, and I don't find myself doing it as much as I would actually like to. I realize that unless something's competitive, or unless there's someone telling me, line this up like this and make it happen, I don't really do it. So if we ever want to just have the old draw off here at home or something, I'd love to get that going. But I mean, I really love it all. I got a sketchbook, and I think just painting and clay with all that crusty hand business is not for me.
Perfect.
Not for me.
You also mentioned art school in the sense that you went there for an education. What kind of formal training, and if any, have you had outside of the Glass Academy in terms of glass blowing? And then doubling down, what is it like working beside your family?
Well, my formal training, I mean, I grew up knowing this shop, and as I say on the live all the time, every shop has their own style and their own way to do things in every single regard of working with the materials. So it was interesting going to Alfred in New York and learning just what they teach there. I wasn't honestly that impressed with I don't want to down them on the video here, but I mean, I didn't learn a lot there, and I was really happy to go work for someone and making it a job, and me going there and just trying to work as hard as I could and knowing that I was getting paid for it, so I should be doing the best that I could instead of paying for the education. Really just made me work a lot harder. And like I said earlier, those guys there, Drew and Janine at Vessel Studio, taught me a load of stuff about glass. And I mean, it was just the best opportunity for me, and I got paid to do it, and they got help, and it was just a really great thing. And I'd say that's where a bunch of my education came from, and I bring some of that home and was able to use it in our shop, and the collision or the meshing of those two is nice.
Right on, right on.
It's true.
All right, we're going to get right into some specific glass-blowing questions here. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, do you have a favorite color combination of colors that you work with? And, if so, what are those combinations?
Yeah, I definitely was talking with someone on a custom call the other day. I mean, I guess actually it was a few weeks ago now, but about a mushroom, and I was trying to lean her into it, but she didn't want to, which is totally fine. But I love the Sahara Desert color, and it's kind of like a pink and a brown, and we only have it in size 2, so it's like bigger chunks. But you can swirl it up and put it with the iris gold, and it is a clean color, in my opinion.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And what's your favorite part about working with blown glass?
It's a challenge all the time. I'm like, I can't stop pushing. Like, there's no limits to how much I can improve. I mean, I come in every day and I'm getting better. I'm seeing it happen and I love it, but like, I'm nowhere near where I could be. And if I keep doing it every day, I'm only going to get better. And it's such a, like, you guys have seen it on the videos when we break a piece. It's like you'll be working it, it'll be your favorite piece, of course, and then you just tap it on the bench a little too hard and it falls on the ground and breaks. And it's like, that really drives me to just get up and do it again. And I love battling my emotions like that and just seeing how much better I can do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's nice to have that drive.
Yeah, it is nice. I don't know where it comes from. It's probably my parents, so thank you guys for that, but I love it.
So we're going to go for a twofer here. First and foremost,
Look at this guy.
I know you love making goblets.
Oh, yeah.
Besides goblets, what are your favorite things to make on the bench? And then, is there one specific piece that's always stuck with you emotionally, or any favorites on like an emotional level?
Not really on an emotional level, other than, I mean, the Renfest is probably my favorite place to blow glass. I mean, growing up, I would be like a little kid and I'd get up on the stage and then they'd be like, oh, you want to make a paperweight? Well, you got to talk on the mic for a full demo first. And I'd just be like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. And it was horrible, but like, I love blowing at the Renfest and anything that's competitive. And glass blowers are all competitive. I know I've said this a couple times now, but like if we're hanging out in the shop and we say we're going to make goblets, or whether it's mugs or vases or whatever the heck it is, if we're like, do it like that, can you do it? And I get to do it, that's just fun for me.
Yeah.
I think mugs and goblets have got to be that. I did make a ray gun one time at the Ren Fair, and that was just a fun time. Having like a crowd watching and being with you and like urging you to make that piece happen is a good time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, everything that you've made in my eyes is just stunning. The finished product. Jake made, these glasses for me for my birthday. Fantastic. Highly recommend, if you haven't already, get a custom order done because these guys do amazing work. So last question in terms of work-life questions. If you weren't blowing glass, what would you be doing career-wise?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's something I was wondering about my entire life, and I've kind of narrowed it down right now. And actually, the past 2 days, I think I'm going to open an egg sandwich shop, you guys.
I'm in with Jake on this idea, by the way.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it'd be really cool. I did, for the longest time, like a 5-year span, was really interested in owning a glass shop restaurant, a really high-end restaurant that was split in half by a piece of glass, and you come in and have rotating artists that you'd get like a custom piece from. And that was kind of a young thought, and I'd still love to make that happen in the future if the opportunity opened up here in Detroit and get like an old church or something and just have it be all reservations and just super classy and nice. But I don't know the restaurant business, and maybe I will someday. That would be really cool. But just having the opportunity that I have, I can't really see another job or another career and not take advantage of what's going on over here. So it's always going to be glass.
Definitely, definitely. All right, this next little section here, we're going to go rapid fire.
Speed round?
Questions. Just the first thing that pops
Let me
into
get some
your
water
head.
and give it to me.
You get some water, and I'm just going to, throw you this first question.
All right.
First question. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Oh, a ginkgo.
A ginkgo tree.
Maybe a Japanese maple. Those are so clean.
Ooh, 2 very nice answers. Second question. Who is your favorite superhero?
Oh, I don't like superheroes.
Not at all? Not
Don't
even
really watch
Batman?
those movies. I liked Superman when I was younger, but I mean, hey, nah.
Next question. What color socks do you like most, and be honest?
Oh, geez, guys. White socks.
White socks only.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of car?
I love, and I can never remember the names, but we just saw one out front the other day. They're an old diesel Mercedes, and there's a Benz style too, but they're like a boxy. They could be the same front and back, boom, boom, boom. Mercedes logo, super clean.
Love that. Love that. What's your favorite, or what kind of sitcom or movie reflects your life most? He's speechless, ladies and gentlemen.
Next question.
Favorite kind of food?
Indian.
Indian. Favorite kind of animal?
Oh, cats. I mean, if we're talking like the broad span, hey, large cats.
Large cats.
Yeah, large cats. Like, give me like a snow leopard.
If you could go on your dream location or dream vacation to any location, where would it be?
I've traveled a bunch, and I want to travel a lot more. There's no one specific spot. China's where I want to go next.
For your vacation, though.
Traveling is vacation.
I love that answer. It's a great answer. Finally, 2 more questions.
All right.
Where'd you get that Curves hat?
Oh, baby, the resale shop. Salvation
Always
Army.
go to
That was
the
like
resale
sophomore
shop.
year of high school, and that thing has been around and will be around.
I can attest that thing was present in high school and still present,
Present today.
Final question before we wrap this up here. Give us the origin story behind the perp.
The perp, it doesn't really have too much of an origin story. That goes back a whole nother generation. That was just something I learned at the Ren Fair. That's something to really spice things up on the stage. And that's, if you guys haven't been to the Renaissance Festival, when things get back and then normal, it's a good time. And we're just doing crazy stuff up there, having a good time, completely relaxed and engaging with you guys. And it's nice. You just make it happen.
Well, that's about it for this second episode of Off the Pipe. Jake did a great job. Thanks for coming on.
It's been a darn pleasure.
And stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more content from each one of the staff members from the Glass Academy. We'll see you next time.
All right.